definitely fell into their hands though, because the time that Vici Gaming went for it, it was against a Nyx Assassin, which is another hero that can't really contest the enemy carry very well. Very similar for both games actually.
They beat the Naga too, which I think was huge for them.
Yeah, it's a mind block gone, isn't it?
They demonstrated like, okay guys, it wasn't the Naga. Kuro said, I think the Bat Rider is the bigger issue, and I think ultimately he was correct.
Especially since they've gone too serious again.
That's what I mean when I say like, a lot of people will say like, well, Naga's the common link, they can't beat it, just get it out of the way. Well, he just beat it.
It's worth remembering as well, they did win one of the best of 3 against the Naga. It wasn't like they couldn't beat it.
I'm still okay with Vici Gaming Naga Siren. Because again, I think their team fight is so good, and it looks that much better with Naga Siren. You could still get a different lineup around it.
So do it again here?
Would you say that that Liquid beat it with any particular? The hero I was thinking was Elder Titan, and they banned it themselves. So what do you think there? Are they going to let him get Naga? Are they planning to think Naga will get through? Like, Will, why don't you think Naga is the important hero?
I think it's good, for sure. It's just, in this meta, like, there's so much that, even though it feels as though the 3 bans on each side are enough, it really doesn't, because people are finding abusive ways to like play heroes. I think that it's also a draft advantage too, if you can consistently beat the Naga and you can just keep baiting it out. And if you personally don't think it's a problem, but the enemy team thinks it's the reason why it's winning, it's a pretty big advantage, right? Like Vici's in a weird position right now, because they're in the idea of, okay, well, we've gone this far with this hero, it's consistently won. Do we really give up on it at this point? And Liquid might be on the sense of like, oh well, we're past this hero. We don't actually think that this is the reason why you're winning, and in this best of 3 kind of like, it'll prove who was correct in their assessment of that.
The bat has gone.
I think it's really hard though in these positions, just because first pick versus second pick, these kinds of things too, and Liquid very clearly looked comfortable against it, but Vici, and like I said, they've won with it so much.
We have such a strong focus on lanes. The Bane has been left out there this time around.
Yes.
And
very popular with...
that is a hard hero to beat. A pure damage nuke that also heals him up.
Do you think Vici are willing to take the Disruptor second this time around?
It'd be either setup, I guess, but I feel like they'd be too vulnerable. I think this is the longest delay for a 2-3. But he's recently.
Yeah.
Oh, it's to block the gyro.
Yeah. Because they could, and they have done in the past, take Jug Naga first. Dissuade them.
Yeah, this is the miracle hero that will hopefully, regardless of like what late game situation you run into, will win the game for you. And I think Liquid play a lot better behind that anyway.
What about Tiny versus PL?
It's okay. The tempo's alright. When's the last time Vici picked it?
I was going to say, not something... Till there was...
But first you probably have
SG.
to guard against it, Chen. Like, I think you would deal with that problem first.
In fact, when they played SG, they played it in all 3 games, and they lost one of those, Will.
Good switcheroo.
High armor. It'll be go for PL to kill him. Drain his mana, but it'll go Soul Ring, so...
And splash damage.
Yeah.
Very helpful. Honestly, DK carry, super impressive all tournament.
Stand out. It's currently 70%.
Like, yeah, you don't want it to be your solo carry. It's like a secondary core. It still looks really good at like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's incredibly tanky. The teamfight aspect of it is very strong. His stun is really nice. All of his talent scale. There's no weak aspect of this hero. The laning is also very good because of Dragon's Blood.
Would you say he works well enough against Chen, though? I feel like if you hit him like level 1, level 2, even level 3.
Yeah, but it's more that the meta has geared towards the Chen going into the off lane that I think he's somewhat comfortable. And there's not a lane that you really get wrecked in as a DK. He doesn't really care too much about what you put against him. He feels like Zeus in the sense that at worst he trades out.
So you take away Viper for the break aspect. Is there any other mids that you would be worried about, Will? Like Death Prophet or something?
DP is kind of annoying. Shadow Fiend is problematic as well, but there's a very good chance that this is just straight up like a PL mid.
Because the matchup is.
Yeah, I don't think they care about this matchup very much.
In which case, you're still looking at maybe like a Sand King pickup or the Beastmaster, talking about first series as the coupler.
In an ideal world right now, what Liquid will do is they'll run some kind of dual lane mid, and then they'll dual off lane, and they'll put Matama Man in a hero situation one-on-one up at top, where no matter what, he's always going to be okay. Which is why Vici, they very smartly, I think, banned the Lone Druid. This is one of those heroes that doesn't really lose any straight-up matchup. Maybe the Bat Rider's okay against it, but Liquid already banned that in the first phase. And I think they realize, like, the Bat Rider's annoying for us when it comes to the draft, because if we take if Vici takes Bat Rider, then we don't get that guaranteed, like, Matama Man will be okay in this lane kind of situation.
Kind of like the Razor problem. In some
Yes.
ways, huh. So Earthshaker the next.
So I think that it's really hard to find a support that matches up against Naga Siren that can be a threat, right? Because otherwise you have like a core trying to counter a support in that regard. And that's why I liked what you said about Disruptor being a pretty good hero versus Naga Siren. I feel like Earthshaker could be one of those heroes as well. And that you're just like a jump in, instantly blow up a hero. Either before song goes off or maybe directly on the Naga Siren itself.
Yeah. It's the Fissure, I mean, especially if you take the new talent, the range one, it's quite nice at blocking that off to begin with. And this time around, I mean, I wanted it last time, right? When they picked Chen, the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, I thought they were going to pick it up second pick, actually.
They last picked Earthshaker 4 months ago against Vici. Dota Pivot. And won with it.
What's the...
That was a weird game. That was a Brew TA Cottle Shaker game. Just in
like
terms
3
of
to 4
against
months.
Vici.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Your supports are not great.
I'm looking at two.
You need a frontliner right now for Liquid. You need something that just runs in, tanks up a lot of attention in dual lane.
Just must suck so bad having to pick Witch Doctor against a Chen, which is good, but there's also a PL. Because when late game comes and there's a billion illusions, you know Cask is like a one-man. Terrible.
Your one job is like getting Maledict possible. I'm
okay with it.
I like the addition of some extra damage, and it also gives you that, like, I have a clear initiation and a good amount of burst.
Yeah, tanking always works better as a secondary initiation anyway.
Yeah.
But
really good that game. They get like Sand King plus Earthshaker. They just have to initiate first, find the solo hero chain. It's not Naga. Hopefully it's Naga. So Pugna just kind of shows tempo, right? Pugna, Earthshaker, Chen, very good at pushing towers. Fight's not bad.
There's always a disengage too with the Earthshaker. And Pugna, it kind of works as a good hero overall. Like, it's very fast. It clears out the illusions very quickly. Nether Ward's obnoxious to fight under. And it's like a nice one-on-one hero to begin with. Nobody really likes the lane against Pugna. I thought they needed some kind of frontliner though for the rest of their lane. I guess Chen creeps are also good for that.
So that now comes from whatever safe lane, off lane hero.
Underlord's very good against creeps. A lot of damage there. Pretty good against PL for most stages of the game.
I think one of the big, I've been hating on Underlord a lot this tournament, but I think one big difference here is that Vici Gaming do have very active core in the Dragon Knight, and I'm only going to assume that Vici Gaming has followed that up with another very active, as that has been kind of their strategy whole.
I think if they didn't have Pugna, I'd really like OD.
Yeah, the OD versus Underlord safe lane. Ugh. Mess. Yeah. Cuts through the Dragon Knight as well.
And to like a lesser extent, these heroes like Monkey King. Of that nature. But they already have PL, so maybe they feel comfortable about their win condition already. They don't feel as though they need a second one.
Yeah, if I'm Liquid, I'm just going to entirely focus on myself another team fighter. Timber Cell.
Yeah, Hero has a really high win rate.
Yeah, it takes away a frontliner too. From
What
Liquid.
about Death Prophet for Liquid? They fit that in the lane.
Could.
I know that has a high win rate against Dragonite. It has a good win rate against Lord as well, I believe.
Trying to think what else Vici. Oh,
Ooh.
Hello. Where have you been?
Well, that's not the most active.
Is that the first this tournament, Paul?
It's not the first ban. Or the first pick, actually. It has been picked once. One ban. No, in fact, just once. No bans. Just one slight pick, which was in the VP versus Vici Gaming matchup, would you believe? The group stage. That was also a weird game, though, because that was with Sven.
the odd picks here that I'd be okay with are like MK or OD. But I don't know if Liquid thinks they already have enough like carry and just similar hero.
Lifesteal and Ursa were the two heroes that came to mind for me, but I think Ursa deals a lot better with
Than MK.
than Lifestealer does.
Lane against all the enemy cores as well. So I don't think we'll be doing too much lane swapping.
There's still plenty of argument going. Meanwhile, players are getting themselves set, they're getting themselves ready, so we'll get our final thoughts on the panel. Kevin, which way is this going?
I feel more confident about Liquid's draft. I feel like they set the tempo.
Well,
I think you're gonna say Liquid. So I will break up the clean sweep and go with Vici.
what was playing the game? Cap?
I think I am going to say Liquid because I'm not sure about the Underlord with the Alchemist. I don't know. It feels like one of those lineups where Liquid really could run you over.
Okay, alright, well, we're ready. I hope you're ready, everyone here in the Spodek Arena and everyone tuned in around the world, because this is the final game of the first semi-final. A chance to go through to the grand final for Liquid and Vici, and this is where MVPs are born.
Thank you very much, Paul, and I think we're all very excited to see who's going to be the MVP of this game. Game 3, Liquid versus Vici Gaming. And, folks, we've got an Alchemist. No, in the past, there would have been many a time where I would have said, Alchemist, bit of a yawn fest. But this time around, I'm excited. We just don't get to see this hero nowadays.
You're excited for Alchemist?
I am.
Oh god, what's wrong with you? Never excited for Alchemist. It is a very farm-intensive hero. I don't know how it's actually played, because I have not seen this hero in quite a long time. I think they're just trying to match and keep up with the farm versus that Phantom Lance to be able to get that like massive hero that can just stand toe-to-toe with. But there are heroes that are very good versus the Alchemist, between the Pugna and the Ursa. Two heroes are known old counters actually to deal with Alchemist in that early game, to kind of run over him.
So what is the plan with the Alchemist? You think, is this VG saying, we are just going to make this game go so late that Ursa gets to the point where he struggles to have a game? We can get to the stage where we're sort of transitioning Naga into a carry. Is that the plan, or are we going to see some sort of a different approach with the Alchemist?
I think we're going to see something very different. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think he wants to be able to farm the pace of the Phantom Lancer, and I think they're going to want to be able to like use the acid spray to delay the game constantly, and also to be able to secure Roshan with that under. They've got the Firestorm, and they've got acid spray. Very good tools.
Maybe he just saw the GPM that Miracle hit last game and said, guys, I got to beat this. I got to show who's who in terms of the carries. Paparazzi says the only way to do that is to play this Alchemist. But let's see how it goes. He's going to be in the mid lane against Mind Control Pugna.
Very hard
backup
lane.
GH on the Earthshakers there as well.
Very, very hard lane, even if it was just the Pugna as an Alchemist. You have very low armor, and Pugna is one of the best at just harassing, and with this, with the Earthshaker coming in, I think Paparazzi is going to be under a whole lot of pressure here. They're deciding to go for a slight aggro so they can make sure that 11 actually has a presence in this game. Because we've seen this matchup time and time again. When you get these Ursas, these Monkey Kings, this natural 1v1 Overlord, the hero just becomes an absolute non-factor in the game. So they want to secure 11 because he's going to be a very important.
So that's the bottom lane, that's the mid lane. What about the top lane? What can we expect to see there? Is this DK Ori going to be fine on his own?
Until the Kuroki rotations come in. I think he can do okay versus a PL, but once Chen starts rotating in, you start getting way too bullied.
So all these lanes, we're going to say this mid lane going to be very interesting. Something a little different. Perhaps he's got the level in the acid spray.
And look at Kuroki right now. He's got the preparation for the kill. The double
Essential.
shard golems and the mud.
The amount of rocks that can be thrown out from this combo is quite insane. It's making the move towards Paparazzi. This certainly is the easy hero to gank, and Paparazzi is getting pretty far up here, so Kuro will have a lot of time to close the gap. There's the initial slow with the decrep. Oh, look at these rocks just firing through. He'll put the fairy fire, but they will be able to take him. First blood, but so for mind control as they bring down Paparazzi. Kuro making that rotation, as you say, with this, if not the most potent creep combo at level 1.
400 damage from a Chen
Yeah.
at level 1. Thank you, Shardle.
Eyes on Kuro to continue to do that. We did see in game 1, despite the loss, Kuro had a very good opening on the Chen. Manum trying to man fight Kuro here. Kuro trying to hold his ground. We'll have to begin to back off. He's got the first stun coming out. Lanham does have the root. He's going to chase this. He's level 2. Kuroki does take up one of the wild rings. He gets the tornado going, which will start to put Lanham off and also causes his own mud golem to split because he caught hold of a new neutral creep. Lanham now being forced into the tree line. GH is there as well. They're hunting. Got vision on him now. Lanham, one more Riptide, and he has got a bit of improved movement speed, but the Fisher holding him in the tornado is bringing him low. Stick charge will come out, but now he'll just look. He's trying to body block with a creep here. Kuro can't quite close the gap and get in front of Lanham. So Lanham, I mean, he's making space here. Mind control will come across. They should get this kill as the Decrepify slow comes through. There's the blast. They will finally take him. But indeed, bottom lane, there's pressure going on here. The Maledict ticking Matuma Man down very low. Will just be able to survive there on 29 HP. Fenrir really wanted to finish that kill, but could not quite. They'll salve up on Matuma. GH is moving into position, may be able to find a Fisher to set up for Matuma Man to close the gap. We'll go for the attempt here, and he manages to get a perfect block off there. Can they close this gap though? Matuma Man getting a couple of touches, does find the slow. Going for this Witch Doctor 11, trying to turn with the Firestorm, and with the Maledict in the cars, this Matuma Man bear's got to be careful. He's going to pop. Fenrir is still alive for now. GH, can he quite close this gap? It doesn't look like he can, but he's got the Fisher back up. Will come down, will find the kill, but that's Matuma Man being forced out of lane for a long time and still dies.
RNG on the side of Vici there. 4 creeps, but the cask hits Matu twice.
Top lane Lanham wants that creep, and he'll get it. The Ripper there for Lanham. Now Kuro creepless. Lanham will continue to give him a bit of a rundown here. Kuro grabs the bounty rune though. Top lane CS, what are we looking at the moment? Ori 17 for 1, Miracle 18 for 8.
Fairly even. Miracle is starting to put a lot of pressure on though.
Lanham continuing to chase Kuro here. He's got the extra move speed there. He's going to try for the TP out as the root comes through, and he'll make it in time. Kuro gets out, bottom lane. The cast, the Maledict onto GH will turn, but the combo, the Firestorm Maledict, is going to do quite a bit to GH. Shouldn't be enough to kill him, as he will be able to escape with his life save. 30 HP on the Shaker. But once that starts to scale up, once there's sort of a couple of levels in that and a few levels in the Firestorm, Maledict Firestorm is going to make many a hero just have to leave the lane.
I'm really astonished at how well Paparazzi is doing in mid. That can be a bit of a punish lane from the Pugna. Pugna is ahead, but I thought he'd actually be a little bit more behind, especially from that first blood gank.
All right. A bit of a difficulty here. Miracle getting aggressive. Actually gets the kill. The Spirit Lance damage is enough.
And that's a solo kill.
It is. And now Lanham, I mean, Miracle's sort of turning towards him. He's looking about playing around on this. But he is out of regen, so will simply rush back to the creep and keep his distance. But a straight up kill there in a 1v1 situation for Miracle. In a lane where he's already farming pretty well, as we've seen. His boots now picked up for the out. Mind control has hit that level 6. Top lane. Movement coming in. Miracle is going to get brought down very low with the refund, but oh! He goes for the illusion bait! It's worked! It's worked! Can he actually get out of this though? He turns towards Lanham, will go down to the Riptide. Kuro, can he get the finish off kill? Oh! The mirror image dodge off the stun! Very nicely done from Lanham. We'll keep Lanham safe. And they get that kill on Miracle. Despite his best efforts there with the illusion juke attempt, they get the kill. The same time down bottom, Matumba Man goes down. The level 2 Maledict's there, and this is the point where the damage just that little bit too much for an Ursa before he hits that level 6.
This dual lane is doing so much work. Like we were saying, the Ursa versus the Underlord, Underlord can really suffer if it's in that 1v1. So having this Witch Doctor down there constantly is putting a lot of pressure on Matu.
Bottom lane, 11, getting gone on again, but Matu, he's just going to get turned upon, and he's in trouble. He's got the Tango regen.
Oh, he's dead.
One more tick and he's going to be gone. And again, as you say, this duo, maybe something that Matumba Man's not laned against before, because he's losing his life a few too many times against this. This Firestorm Maledict combo, the right clicks as well at that Underlord. Very scary at this early stage. Mid lane, Lanham does get caught out by the Fissure. Mind Control trying for the chase, but Lanham will be able to keep his distance, get back behind the tower. Build from Paparazzi this game will be the phase boots into the armlet on the Alchemist to start with, and he's making good time on it now. We'll see this replay again up top. Good attempt from Miracle, but not quite good enough. He does totally fool them there.
They were almost able to get a return kill because of that juke, though.
Yeah.
But Lanham having those stick charges was enough to...
And Kuro nearly
Put him
fell. I mean, if he gets this stun here, maybe he gets the kill, but look, bam, perfect timing there for Lanham. He dukes it out. 4-4.
About a 1k lead for Vici at the moment. Paparazzi do a great job in the mid lane. Finding himself that regen rune was clutch. Spamming that acid spray. And like you said, yeah, armlet. So it looks like it's going to be that old standard build, probably the armlet into Radiance, to be able to deal with that Phantom Lancer.
Smoke coming out from GH and Kuro. They're moving in bottom. They want to punish this aggression that Fenrir and 11 are constantly going for. They do have the Maledict onto Matumba Man, bringing him down low, but the quick burst from Mind Control takes down the Witch Doctor. They'll surround 11. They've got the stuns from the Kuro army. 11 trying his best to run his way out of it, but the blast is too much from Mind Control. They're able to punish that duo lane that has been able to bully Ursa so well. With that sort of play, Miracle continuing to get space up here, heads into the jungle. BG did try and mirror the movements of Liquid there, sent 4 of their own up to top to try and find Miracle, but Miracle keeps it safe in the jungle, moves immediately to the middle lane. So VG will get space to push onto this tier 1 tower top.
Both teams trying to get that tower pressure as best as possible, but unfortunately Mind Control was pretty much out of mana, so he had to actually leave that bottom lane. But top, Vici will get a tower.
I'll get the push on. More money in the bank here for Paparazzi, as this tower should pretty much give him that armlet. This is that point where definitely a chance for the outplay. Paparazzi actually TPing straight into the mid lane. We'll get fissured immediately. Miracle as well, trying for a bit of harassment with the Spirit Lance. Paparazzi feeling strong, just try and come in to punch back at this PL.
He doesn't want to lose this mid tower, but he might just lose it anyway, even though the acid spray's down. He's pinging it. He wants his teammates to come help him.
He's not getting any backup for now. This is going to be a free mid 1 tower. 9 minutes in. Relatively early here for Liquid. Take that mid tier 1.
Vici's heavily shut down Matumba, though. He's going to be going for what looks like a Mask of Madness build. Catch back up. Might still change to get it online, you know. And it will be standard PL build, just that Fusel Blade. And, like we're saying, Alchemist has queued up the... to deal with those PL illusions and to keep up the match that farm.
Ori, Crep, Mind Control, closes the gap, easy kill, just waltzes under the tower and takes it. And now, GH, he's there as well. Can they look towards Fenrir? GH has got the Fissure back up, looks for the setup with the Fissure. They've got the slow from the Decrep. Mind Control closes the gap, gets the blast off. The paralyzing cast bounce is buying some time for Fenrir. He's looking his best to hide in the trees, will still survive for now. Can he do anything to help turn this one around? Doesn't look like it, with Miracle's rotation coming in as well. Lanham will fall. Liquid get themselves a second kill out of this, and they're still hunting for more. Fenrir getting chased down. Ori will return to the lane on the Dragon Knight. Fenrir trying his best with the juice, but he gets surrounded. Liquid take down another. Now Ori, he's sort of in on his own. 11's coming with the rotation to help back up this Dragon Knight. They'll turn immediately with a stun onto Mind Control and will claim the life of the Pugna. Miracle falling low, but does get himself out of the tower range. Him and GH will back up.
They're losing a bunch of heroes on Vici, but during all this, Paparazzi is just climbing that net worth board. Number 1 by 1,300 now. I'm having flashbacks of the old Alchemist.
Was it of the old Paparazzi as well? He used to be quite the player on this era. So I'm sure he'll be overjoyed to get the chance to play it once again in 2018, nonetheless, playing an Alchemist. so far so good. As you say, he's hitting the timings. He's on par for a good advancement onto the Radiant. But this Miracle PL is going to get it to that point very shortly where he is going to be a huge nuisance for any of Vici's heroes. The Diffusal Blade being closed in upon, about 1,200 more gold, and it will be there.
They continue to pressure Matu though. The rotation from just the 2 supports this time actually is scaring the Ursa, because the Witch Doctor's level 6 already. So with Maledict and with Death Ward, surely bring down that Ursa. And they're just constantly just making space for this Alchemist, just farming up. I feel like Liquid. Spot Ori here.
Lane. Quick slow from Mind Control. They get the Fisher touch as well with the blast. Ori brought down low. Will still be able to run it off. Another blast connects. Mind Control, he's hunting, has another Decrepify. Blast is going to be back up in a second, and Ori still alive. One more needed. They've got the root. They're trying for the turnaround. He goes in with the Dragon Tail pre-fire as well. Mind Control will get punished, but the blast was out in time. So the 1-for-1 trade. Mind Control gets the kill on Ori. Does cost him his life. Miracle continuing to get space in the middle lane now, as he starts to push the wave right up to the tier 2. Paparazzi's there though with the D push.
Not about team fights this game. Just looking at both lineups, they're both about just getting their farm up on their individual heroes and then take to the fights when they're large enough, because neither of them really have those natural team fighters. It's pretty much just the Earthshaker and the Pugna on the side of Liquid, while on Vici it's majorly that Underlord and Dragon Knight. Relic is almost online. Paparazzi.
Lane. Quick root. Cask as well as the Death Ward. GH, he is going to be gone for. 6 will cause him to pop.
That's a pretty big kill too, because I didn't realize how close he was actually to Blink on the Earthshaker.
Levin's out of there. And he won't have to worry too much for those sort of plays for a little bit of time, as he has got the completed hood on the Underlord. Very, very strong against this core Pugna.
Yeah, against core Pugna and Earthshaker, you kind of need Piper a hood. Because we saw Secret run this combo, and how susceptible most heroes are to the burst. It's 1-click stun, you get follow-up stun by the Earthshaker, and Pugna does an absurd amount of burst. Shadowblade will be the choice. Dragon Knight. Liquid looking to continue pressuring this top tower.
Head down middle. Paparazzi 500 away from that Radiance. As we can see from the stats, a pick that is very, very rarely looked towards. And even when he has done so, it's not a successful hero. But can Paparazzi show us the strength of this hero in this day and age? And Radiance is going to be here around that 14-minute mark. Very good timing on top of the phase armlet. He's on par for the outgame that he hoped for.
Similar timings that we used to see on the hero. Top now though, Mind Control, he's trying to take advantage of all this space, get this tower push while his team is also taking Roche. Like we were saying, it's a lot of trade situations that are going to be happening in this game until they get those bigger, more aggressive items like the Blink Dagger on the Ursa, like the Shadow Blade on DK.
For the side of Liquid, they get that tier 1 tower top as well. Blink Dagger finished for the Ursa. Oh, top.
They're even at it.
What is just the moment, just the Morbid Mask.
Gonna poke top a little bit.
Let's see what they can do with this Blink on Shaker, Diffusal Blade on Miracle. A lot of these fighting items being put together. They want to keep the pressure high against this Paparazzi Alchemist. They do not want to draw this one out.
Yeah, they've got the double blinks is going to be a big option for them to actually kill this Alchemist. If they can kill the Alch, they can threaten the high ground here with Chen.
Paparazzi's got to be so careful.
They're not at the blinks are not here just yet. They're on the courier.
Pull out pipe complete for 11. Poking this one Liquid. Gee, are they gonna take the bait? Ori looking to lead forward with the Shadow Blade. They do know the whereabouts of the Netherward. Ori still moving forward, see if he can get some sort of a setup. Miracle coming in on the front lines. Ori can't quite find the catch he hoped for there with the Shadow Blade initiation.
Miracle's trying to just throw lances on the Naga to burn the mana down so they can't do the disengage with the Song of the Siren.
Now, they'll look straight towards the Alchemist. They've got the magical damage. Echo Sam comes in for GH, but Paparazzi's still alive. The pipe buying him time to turn. Turns, looks towards Matuma Man. They've taken down the Ursa once. The root's out onto GH Maledict as well. Miracle chasing down Ori in the sidelines, but the Song comes through. Lanham holding back the side of Liquid, giving VG chance to disengage, get themselves out of there. Are after taking the Aegis out, but Matuma Man wants the fight still going. GH finds the two-man push for Fisher. They've got the slow onto Ori, but they turn. Matuma Man stuck underneath the tower. The root from the Pit of Malice holding him in place. BG will hold against the Aegis push. They remove that Aegis from Matumba, and then they kill him a second time without losing anybody.
I don't think you can ask for a more clutch pipe timing. That pretty much saved the Alchemist from getting bursted down and saved that whole fight from going into disaster for them.
Big hold from Vici Gaming, and a hold that become quite familiar to see them being able to pull off. They're very, very good at sort of holding back these early advances that Liquid do like to take. Advances that would definitely work out for Liquid against numerous of the teams that we have here today. But Vici Gaming, that step ahead to make sure they can get out of it. And bottom lane, Paparazzi instantly TPs out underneath the nose of Mind Control, knows that there's no cancel. But Vici Gaming proving to be a team that can just keep hold of a game very, very, very controlled.
Yeah, and they weren't aware of those double blinks coming out just yet. That was the first reveal by Liquid. They just had picked it up off the courier. So being able to stop that initial first showing is really important for Vici.
Defense, Paparazzi closing in onto the Manta Star. They have that 2k lead. We'll see something that as time goes on, Vici Gaming will want to feel a more sizable advantage than just 2k. You have this Alchemist. You do expect to be in quite a lead. 2k, not really quite at that point, because obviously as we're seeing Liquid, they're still able to make a lot of plays at this sort of time. Sure, they failed the high ground push, but they can go for these outer tier 2s without too much of a threat of Vici Gaming trying to take them head on. Vici Gaming just going for the pushes themselves.
They see Paparazzi, they're looking for something here.
Straight on with the Fisher as well, they're locking down. That's how they do it. Get that instant jump onto the Alchemist. These deep wards from Liquid helping set up those sort of jumps.
They want to take advantage now too. There's no Radiance, there's no Acid Spray. They want to just try to threaten this tower. They have Echo Slam available too. Be careful.
Same time, we've got to remember though in return, there is that pipe available on 11, so as long as he can get that out, a lot of that initial burst from Liquid going to be negated.
They're losing their tower though. Now Shrines can be threatened as well as the racks.
This is early timing, 18 minutes of breaking the base. That's what Liquid wanted. We'll see if they do want to poke for more. They are still hanging around. As you said, they have those ultimates. They've got that Echo Slam. Miracle just going on the front lines. Can Vici actually get him off the racks without their Alchemist? They try with the pit. Matuma jumps in on the side. The Fisher up from GH, allowing him to immediately take down the Witch Doctor. They turn towards the DK. There's GH with the Echo Slam, but the sleep comes out. Puts a halt to the advances. Paparazzi's back in. He's cooking up the concoction. He's looking for the stun straight onto the Pugna, but Pugna will be able to force himself to the side, splitting up the stun, making sure that his team doesn't get held down. They've got the Self Decrepify. Mind Control will be safe. They're looking to beat down the Underlord. They'll get him. He can't rift out in time.
Mind Control's still alive.
In the sideline. The heals from Mind Control as he drains Lanham's life. Liquid, they've found two. The offensive going very well here for Liquid. As Vici Gaming, did they go an Alchemist pick too far with their draft? Can they hold this game? Miracle, ready to lead back in. They've got the creeps from Kuro. Straight away, looking to lead in onto the DK, keeping Ori at bay. Timmerman goes in, these racks falling very low. They've got to do something quick, but they don't have the song. Fisher comes down to 2. Lanham looking for the net setup, finds Mind Control.
Talk about the disengage now.
They're surrounding him. Paparazzi's coming in as well. The Death Ward is down. Mind Control tries for the TP out. Have they got the stun? They have. Holding him in place. They should be able to find at least the Pugna. And they do, but the rest of Liquid's out of there.
That's massive there for Liquid though. Being able to just do that aggression through the Naga Sleep, through getting 3 hero pitted, 3-man Firestorm, just having this extra sustain. And Mind Control surviving during that entire initial engagement, getting positioned there on the side there, is what allows them to actually brute force that Rax.
I mean, this is the thing really about Vici's lineup. They don't really have a lot of magical bursts, so that self-decrepify causes a lot of issues when being used defensively in these team fights by Mind Control. As you say, being able to claim this full set of Rax pre-20 minutes, Liquid definitely being able to play the pace of game they'd hoped to with their lineup.
And the positioning there by GH too, with the fissures, with him and Matu, the way they coordinate their stuns into instantly blowing up a target really lets them just push that advantage, because they pretty much are essentially fighting a 4v5 at the start because Fenrir dies right away. So watching GH, the same thing in the last game. He was so crucial and so important with those stomps to counteract everything that Vici was doing. Again now, on the Earthshaker, he's the same.
They are continuing to build up those auras though. 11 now with a full mechanism, as well as the pipe. We've seen already how much the pipe can do, especially against sort of GH's jumps with the Echo Slam to help slow down Liquid.
Their Dragon Knight is falling a little bit behind. He's got the BKB and Q, but you can see, compared to the Phantom Lancer, he's about 3k behind, and the Pugna and Ursa are just slightly ahead as well. Pretty much this Alchemist being that big carry for his team.
Miracle.
Manta finish.
Yeah, they got Manta on both now.
Yeah.
Miracle and Paparazzi. Bit of a smoke up from VG, seeing if they could catch out Miracle as he pushes out this top lane, but Miracle playing it safe. Already backed right up and will TP himself out of that top lane. So VG Gaming will be unable to find that catch and punish Miracle.
Vici really needs the BKB on the Dragon Knight for those fights. It's the same. It's almost similar on the side of Liquid, where if once they get the BKBs on both the Pugna as well as that Ursa, then they can really start to just claim that advantage. Because if you look at Vici's lineup, they're full magic damage oriented. The only real right click is coming out from. It's not great, but it's like the Dragon Knight and the Alchemist. These heroes aren't really those traditional right clickers.
I mean, it really feels like, as you said, sure they're full magic, but even the magic's not great. There just isn't really that much damage coming out of Vici Gaming's lineup.
Yeah.
It's a lot of tank, it's a lot of self-sustain. They're very good at sort of getting themselves out of the fight, disengaging, but in terms of actually just blowing up one of Liquid's heroes, it's not that easy for Vici Gaming to do.
Yeah, it's also kind of similar to the last time. Sure, they have like the Pit this time around and DK Stun, but they don't have those lockdowns, especially for the Phantom Lancer. Between the supports, Naganet and Witch Doctor are not great catches for KB ready. Want to try to press this advantage. They've got Mech as well on Kuroki. They've got a lot more sustain to be able to go for that push. Next big one is going to be that Roche, which has just...
See if they can get their hands on it. Liquid smoking up, looking to take at least a pick before they go into the pit.
Got vision slightly of the high ground here.
Song of the Siren is up for Lanham, so we can look to disengage if the going looks rough for Vici Gaming. Reveal their position now. No, both teams aware of one or the other being in the neighborhood, and looks like Liquid won't be able to get that jump that they hope for. They'll have to back off.
I love how Vici's just always ready to take the fight versus... It's not like they're like, oh, okay, we're just going to back up and send our Alchemist somewhere else to farm. No, they bring all 5 heroes ready to respond when they read Liquid making those moves. Something Blitz had brought up on the panel was that's what seems to be the success as Vici so far versus this Liquid squad. Is just Liquid squad is... Vici versus the Liquid squad is matching that aggression.
I'll be interested to see what talents Paparazzi continues to get as well on yeah, Alchemist does it level 15, take the 400 health. At 20, do you imagine we'll see the cleave, or is the 400 damage too much to pass up on?
400 damage is quite a lot.
But the farm.
But the farm. He might feel like he needs to, but he's not really that right click oriented hero just yet.
They're scouting out the pit this time. But Summerman won't be able to get away with a free Roche without VG being aware. VG are starting to take position around the pit, but as we said, it is very hard for VG to fight into Liquid's lineup. With this Alchemist, he's not at his timing at the moment. He has to wait for a couple more items really before he's going to be a true sort of threat in these team fights. He is going to try though. They're grouping up. They are going for the smoke play here, VG. Or he's the big damage dealer at the moment. He can get the lead in him, which he might. Finds Matuma. Matuma runs straight in over the fissure. The jump for GH comes in with the echo. They're looking to turn. Gives Matuma the chance to pop the BKB. And for Liquid to try and turn this one round. The net comes out to Matuma, but now it wears off. He cuts through Lanham. They've lost 2 on Vici Gaming. Matuma Man will survive 11. He's just looking to try and minimize casualties, take the rest of them out of there. And he will, but oh, Femra gets left behind. Jump forward from GH. He's got the block off with the fissure. GH, that fight there. That jump in, buying time for Matuma Man to react, as Matuma Man sort of nonchalantly walked into the lineup of VG, but GA said no, we're turning this fight, we're taking it. Matuma, pop your BKB and start hitting the enemy.
He's been so clutch in all these engagements. Just the counter initiation. Did you see that by Miracle in that fight too? He manted and got pushed all the way down to the low ground, but he had such high maledict on himself that he just died when he was getting sent home. Again though, GH coming in clutch. It might actually be that he has to take the 25% game though. You were mentioning. I do think that he might be
Let's see it again.
forced to do it because of that. He's the only actual right-clicking hero in his
Just
team
look at
one point.
GH straight away, buying that time. Otherwise, Matsuma Man, he was guaranteed
Yeah.
dead. And as you say, they did get the kills, but Miracle does get caught out.
Yeah, he gets caught in, and he gets hit by Maledict as soon as he jumps in. So see, look, they're pinging him out, and look, he gets 4-stabbed, it looked like, as he managed it going down. But the Maledict was more than enough. They bail out with a few heroes,
And they
but
did
they could
take
get the
Fenrir
rush.
home.
Yeah,
Poor old Fenrir.
the life of a 5.
Mid lane, Liquid, off the back of that, keeping the push heavy, looking to take another tier 2 tower, and they'll get it.
They've got Aegis and Cheese now, so they really want to be able to press their advantage. Miracle's queued up the BKB, feeling a bit of pressure under that pit, just getting locked down a bit too much in the fights.
The Octarine, the Radiants are there. Paparazzi continuing to grow to that point where he will be able to shove out multiple lanes, really keep the split pressure on against Liquid. I mean, are Liquid going to be able to deal with that sort of pressure once he does have sort of these constant side lanes being shoved in against them, or do Liquid have to group up and go as a 5? Because I'm looking at some of their heroes, they haven't really got the best individual heroes to deal with sort of this Radiance illusion push.
Pugna can at one point if he does go for the Aghanims build, but I don't think that that's the plan that Liquid wants to do. I think they want to be able to close this game out on their a couple of next big items when they've got the BKB on the Phantom Lancer, when he gets maybe one more. But I think they really do want to press the advantage with that Aegis Cheese. I don't think they want this to get to the point where Alchemist just split pushes forever and gets way too much farm.
Because this is the thing, I mean, I'm sure, you know, if you're Liquid, you're probably looking at this Alchemist, they don't see it a lot. And they probably don't know the exact plan, but they know that there is a plan for Vici Gaming. And at this point, Paparazzi's not been able to pull it off. There's something that Vici Gaming are building towards. And as you say, Liquid, they do not want to let it get to that stage. Smoke on smoke action here. Liquid, they have the high ground. We'll see what sort of a wraparound VG can get. VG, they do have the Song Assist. They find Mind Control on the side with the opening stun. Liquid, Miracle's there, ready to turn. BKB's popped by Mind Control. Matumbaman jumping in from the side. Vici comes out, but Ori already has the BKB on. He gets himself back. Miracle still trying to move forward with his own BKB. It's going to run short pretty shortly. VG keeping them at bay. No one's to fall as of yet. The pipe's out. Look at the Dragon Tail stun. Out onto Matumbaman. Paparazzi with the wraparound. Finds the concoction onto Miracle. Pops down the acid spray in the raided. But GH jumps in on the backlines. Gets the 2-man Echo Slam. Holding 11 and let him out. And they have to rift out of there. They want this fight done and dusted. They're looking to try and save that Alchemist. But no, they didn't get a range of him. What is this taxi service? Every time people getting left behind. Fenrir again. That's the last time he uses that service. As they lose 2, maybe even more. Ori getting forced back to base. These rifts just haven't been great enough for VG. Paparazzi having to buy back.
GH again coming in super clutch there, and also Matumbaman's BKB usage there. Paparazzi starts charging the stun, trying to run away from him. Matu pops BKB. Paparazzi stuns himself, and he's able to clean him up on the sidelines there during that whole fight.
And now there's tier 3 getting pressured. Ori. The Shadow Blade, maybe see if we can get a lead in. But it's scary. Liquid, they've got the full 5-man. Miracle will get gone on. They get the first stun. Do they have the control? Matumbaman jumps in straight away. Looks towards Paparazzi. GH there with the control. Fish is down with the Pit of Malice. Holding down Matumbaman. He'll lose the Aegis.
Miracle got sent home.
Can they get Matumbaman a second time? The concoction is going to be a long one. He's stunned down for a very long time. Matumbaman's gone. Net out on Takuro. They'll be able to find the Chen as well. Vici Gaming will put a stop to that push attempt from Liquid.
Ori able to find the real PL there. Kuroki got a bit scared there. He actually just sent home Miracle during his BKB, and they had to instantly disengage from the fight, losing a very costly Aegis and Matu. Still a 4K lead for Liquid. Vici showing they can still take these fights, and Paparazzi just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It does.
But I'm really curious to see if he does take the cleave now.
I think he's going to take the damage.
I think he would, just because he's versus a PL. He wants to put the
because the cleave, you don't get it on the illusions.
Of course not.
Just for yourself.
Yeah.
If you did, it would be a no-brainer.
I mean,
but we'll see. 25%, you know. But you're right.
he takes the concoction damage.
Yeah, he takes the concoction.
It's too much damage.
It really is.
Okay.
400.
I thought maybe he would change it because he's versus the PL, but
sure, that could have been an argument. Certainly been an argument. But he's already got ways cut through again. We'll see this fight again around this middle lane. And as you say, GH coming on the back line to disrupt it. And I guess the Underlord just, he couldn't get in range of that Alchemist to take him home.
Look at Matumba in the top there of the fight. You can't really see it so much here, but with that BKB, he's able to isolate Paparazzi in 11. He can't get
He can't get it. And that would have been the big save, because as we saw, Paparazzi was forced to expend his buyback because he wasn't saved in that situation. 11 just couldn't quite get there to him.
So 6-second cooldown on Unstable Concoction with 800 max damage. That could prove to be some...
What's he going for next? Just that Shiva's Guard. About 1,500 gold, and the Alchemist will have it. And then at the level 25, what do you even say? I can't remember the last time I saw a level 25 Alchemist. The regen sounds pretty good. I guess it depends how you want to play. If you do want to transition into sort of a right clicker, but if he's not taking the cleave, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't take the base attack.
I think he might just want to be the survivable with the build that he's been going for too.
That's a lot of regen. That's what, 86 health regen then when you pop that ult.
Quite a lot, yeah. Won't be a game changer. It's going to be all through plays in this game.
They really need that Dragon Knight to pack a punch, but as it is, Ori's just building fully for the initiation. For the Shadow Blade into the Blink Dagger.
I do feel like
catch.
they need him to be that level 18 in particular. Having that level 3 Blue Dragon for them to slow and be able to splash down those PLs is going to be really useful for them.
They are holding on Vici Gaming, but as we keep saying, you never want to be behind a net worth if you're an Alchemist lineup, and that is where Liquid have been constantly able to keep Vici. Liquid have that lead, 4K at the moment. Miracle continuing to get bigger and bigger as he has pretty much got the money for the completed Skadi.
They're keeping all the lanes pushed into, so it's forcing Vici to assess those. Every time they go for these smoke movements, Liquid does know. They see bottom, nobody's there. They see top illusions are pushing out. They assume that Vici smoked. They're positioning themselves on the high ground again. Full Skadi now, as well as the cheese on Miracle.
Tricky PL. Shiva's Guard as well, finished actually for mind control. Both teams, their own share of that. Very intrigued to see what Paparazzi does queue up next. I mean, is it a game where there's any sort of agonyms he can get for his teammates that change the game? I don't think it is really. There's not any sort of amazing one.
Naga Ags is always pretty nice.
It's
that reset
nice.
for the heal, it's nice. It's not going to add anything to damage to their lineup, which they're still lacking a bit.
I mean, maybe he even gets to the point where he starts sort of shoveling out Moonshards to his Dragon Knight. That alongside his level 3 out of Dragon Form, once he does hit that 18, will be quite a boost up to his damage.
He's going to have to go for the beacon.
Really does want to be that frontliner in these fights.
It's really hard for them to actually bring down the Alk and the DK because they're still pretty tanky. It's mostly up to the Ursa, but now Miracle does have Eye of Skadi, so he's actually able to close the gap and chase those big tanky cores.
Ori with the lead in, pops the outer Dragon Form, looking to close the gap with the Shadow Blade. Who can he find? He's got his eyes on Miracle. Is he going to go for the right one? There's only one up at the moment, but the dodge instantly with the Manta style. Miracle's out of there. He's prepared for that Dragon Tail stun. Will get himself away. GH still around. The Shadow Amulet. BG will continue to hunt slightly, but looks like GH will be fine.
Mind Control is just going to force in the mid lane. Try to make them take a different fight. Try to make them respond to mid as well as take the engagement. Now Miracle's leading the way.
He is. In for a lock onto 11. Straight away jumps in. Onto the Underlord, the Doppelganger as well. 11 pretty much out of mana. They try for the concoction, but Miracle's popped the BKB. Ori on the backlines as well, pops his own BKB, but the Hand of God comes out. Liquid back up to full health. Lanham has to be careful. They are going to go for the Rift out. Vici realizing that he cannot take this fight. They'll get themselves out of there, back to base. But once again, Fenrir, I don't think we've seen him join a single Rift. He's been either dying or left behind every time. It's the sad life of a Witch Doctor.
Hard Witch Doctor. Versus the PL, he's not going to have a lot of fun in this game.
See what they can do in terms of a defense, VG. And so far, I can only feel that
they're getting out-resourced.
Yeah. These lanes just being shoved in heavily. And it really does feel like with this game, if anything, is sort of a demonstration of why we just don't see Alchemist played. Because you've got to ask yourself, what has it done this game? And I think your silence is pretty much the right answer.
He's been tanking up. It really hurts just because of how behind Ori is on the Dragon Knight. So he's really their only kind of damage besides the Underlord with the Firestone, which is percent-based. And now third Roshan spawns. They make their way in. That's a refresher shard too.
No, BG are getting here anywhere close enough to contest this. I mean, Ori's trying to move across. Is he actually going to head towards the pit? That's the question already. GH is positioned, ready to block off any sort of attempt. And of course, with an Ursa on their lineup, Roshan melts. It's gone. Time being, they'll hold the refresher shard on Matsumaman. Double enrage. But that Aghanim's, especially in with the BKB, makes this target very hard to bring down.
I think you give that one to GH. Yeah, he just passed it off.
Oh,
GH, especially
the double
with
slam.
just getting double fissures, double slams,
Oof.
all that control for his team to do the damage in the lineup.
And honestly, that shard
More than enough.
is the absolute dream for a Shaker. Because sure, it's always fun when you see the refresher plays, but you're a Shaker. Your mana pool ain't great. At least with the shard not costing any mana, you've at least got the chance to get out that full double combo.
They're about to have Butterfly finish now on Miracle too. The 3 cores on the side of Liquid are just keeping that farm up while it seems like both the Underlord, Levin, and Ori, their farm has stagnated completely. It's just the Alchemist getting more and more gold, and his teammates just kind of stuck in the base, unable to farm anything.
Shadow Blade's there, of course, for GH as well to help him close the gap. He's got all the tools to position himself. Force, Blink, and Shadow Blade. So you can bet yourself that we are very likely to see something incredible from GH.
They got DD now on Miracle. They're looking to go. They've got their lanes in a great position too. This is the fight Liquid's looking for.
Despair. Pretty much invincible, as we said. Low cooldown on the enrage. Jump forward from Ori. Will go for the stun, but there's double damage on the PL. They do have to lock down with the second stun. Have they got anything further? Vici comes out onto Paparazzi. There's the jump. Comes in with the first Echo Slam. With the Meteor Hammer's down. The Concoction as well. Paparazzi. They have been able to take down this Earthshaker. The Death Ward as well. Beating into Liquid. Forcing them back. Matsumaman. He swallows the Gorgonzola. But there's trouble for the PL. Miracle's falling low. He's going to go down. They pop the Aegis. Vici, they're somehow doing it. They've got the stun onto Matsumaman. He pops the enrage with the cars. Bouncing between himself and Kuro, holds them down. Matsumaman will fall. Another Concoction onto Kuroki. Vici Gaming. They're holding against this Aegis cheese push. They're perfect lockdown from hero to hero. Honestly, with this lineup, I feel like they could have given themselves a harder lineup to pull these sort of fights off, but they are doing it. They're showing off here.
Look at the Alchemist's damage in the fight. He's pretty much everything for them. He's got,
oh my
he got
goodness.
6 unstable concoctions off.
Well, that's what the Alchemist does. Vici Gaming say, in response to my question earlier.
Yeah, just they kept the fight also around the Pit of Malice, so as soon as those BKBs wear off on Liquid, they just started getting chain pitted. And they're still having trouble. They are having trouble actually focusing fire and burning somebody down because of all those auras like you were mentioning earlier. The Atrophy aura starts building up, as well as the Greaves and the Pipe. Even versus a PL who's this stacked.
And as we say, we've got to remember that with that damage, it is a lot of damage from the Concoction. That's an 800 physical damage and you can max charge on a 6-second cooldown. So you are getting easily 2 of those out each fight. Mid lane, the push comes through. The tier 1 falling low thanks to the Meteor Hammer. They'll get it. Mind Control will get the deny. More defensive items coming out for 11. He's got the Crimson Guard. Vici Gaming, could it be that their plan of action with this Alchemist pick is starting to unfold? We're starting to see what sort of potential it can hold in these defenses against Liquid.
They're starting to get that farm too on their other cores that they really desperately need. The Maelstrom's almost finished up on Ori. Level 18 now too, so he's got that level 3 dragon form.
That right click, sorely needed. Just getting there. That Dragon Knight. The Ags, they're beginning to be built here by Paparazzi. He's got his first one queued up. As we said, where's it going to go? That last fight, the Death Ward looked pretty nice from Fenrir. I feel like he's been a bit of a forgotten man, as we've said with the Rift plays. You got to give this Witch Doctor some love. But do you think it will be more likely to be the Naga?
Naga or Underlord, more than. Because Underlord's also is pretty decent.
Sure.
If he can survive throughout the whole fight, your Atrophy aura starts to build up a lot on your teammates. You get a lot of bonus damage with killing heroes. Brazzi just on Bounty Rune collection. He's got the first Aghanims when he wants to pick it up. He wants to save for buyback though.
Understandable, because Liquid, they are looking to knock on the doorsteps. Once again, as they come down mid. They do still have a cheese on Mind Control, and they do still have the Refresher Shard on GH. 40 minutes in, ready to try and look for that second Rags. Paparazzi, for the opening with the Concoction. Quick doppelganger from Miracle keeps him safe. Doing their best to clear out the waves here with the Acid Spray, the Breathe Fire, the Radiance.
They've got such good high ground defense with all the spam. kind of feels like they just got to keep farming some more. Bigger net worth advantage until they can see a perfect jump from GH with that refresher shard. Smoke comes out, Vici.
For the opening. A Miracle quick with the doppelganger. Ori coming in. They have managed to find the real one and he's got the lockdown. Jumps in with the Dragon Tail. GH is there with the Fisher, but the BKB is already out from Ori. Miracle pops his own BKB, keeps the distance. Mutuma with his BKB tries to prioritize Ori, but the Glimmer Cape comes out, keeping Ori safe. Now he turns Dragon Tail onto Miracle. Miracle's gone. They've got him. They've taken down the PL. They're jumping, trying to chase for Mutuma Man. Mutuma Man, can he keep the distance here? Paparazzi's got the concoction, throws it out. That range, but the blink is there. Mutuma Man jumps up, but he can't be disjointed. They'll continue to try and chase, but the stun time not too long, as he was unable to fully charge it up, but still, that's the Phantom Lancer gone. Miracle dead for 80 seconds. They'll take the courier, and Vici Gaming, they're now the ones pushing. They're the ones on your tier 2, and they are looking for more.
With these 3 tanky cores, it does seem like it's just so hard for Liquid to actually focus fire anyone down. As soon as they get their BKBs up with this high armor.
And now they're on the high ground, but the Fisher block comes out. Paparazzi's been separated, but Mutuma Man enrages himself out of the pit. Vici Gaming prioritizing the towers here. Fortification comes out from Liquid.
They're trying to force this buyback.
Mind control. To be a little careful if they get the grab, and they do. Ori jumps in with the Dragon Tail. First Fisher comes out from GH. Jump forward, Mutuma Man looking towards Ori, but the BKB comes out. They're trying to move themselves out of this one. The route through the BKB, holding back Mind Control. He can't chase. Mutuma Man's trying. The Rift is going to be out of there. They get everyone out. So they'll back up. They'll retreat, Vici Gaming.
As soon as their BKBs go down, they start being very careful because that's where GH was sitting in the back lines waiting to find the Echo Slam.
I think there as well, we saw GH try for the force play on Paparazzi. He was trying to get Paparazzi out of range of the Rift, but couldn't quite force him far enough. And here's that Axe. Let's see where it goes then, Fog. Who is he going to go and give that one to? Keep it on himself for now. We'll see who gets a bit of the old Paparazzi love. He is also closing in on that 25, so we'll see what he takes there.
Paparazzi's done 40% of his team's damage.
That's crazy. There's the power just constantly having these Radiance Illusions split out.
It is to Fenrir.
It is.
Right.
Oh, some love for the Witch Doctor. I'm happy with that one. Fenrir, he's been having a bit of a rough one. A lot of hate going his way, but now he finally feels the warm, acidic love of the Alchemist.
Works really well too versus the Phantom Lancer because it gives True Strike, so he can clear out those illusions pretty nicely even if they have the Butterfly.
Okay. Ori with the Shadow Blade. He's looking for Miracle. He's trying to find the real one. Is he going to get the call right? No, Doppelganger's out. Miracle will be able to back up. Jump forward though. No, he still found him. He gets in. Mutuma Man's there though. The Fisher from GH disrupting the follow-up for Vici. They'll try with the concoction. But already Mutuma Man getting out of there. Miracle does get sent home. That concoction will still be delivered straight to his head. But they do manage to get out of there. Making the space though around the pit. Roshan will be up in a couple of minutes.
Just seems so hard for Liquid to bring down any of these tanky cores, especially when they've got their BKBs on. The Phantom Lancer does not deal that big damage when he's standing inside of the Atrophy Aura at all times.
Absolutely, yeah. This Atrophy Aura, the combination with that, the Crimson Guard, the Greaves, the Pipe. This sort of, the Underlord pick, making absolute sense in this context. And again, another one of those heroes that does get questioned quite a few times. We see it come up, but we're seeing 11 push it to the max this game. Looks like Paparazzi back to a bit of shopping for himself before the next axe comes through. Gets himself a nice new pair of shoes as he upgrades to the bots too.
Found himself an Arcane Rune during all that too, so he's going to be able to keep that Chemical Rage active during the... And now, speaking of tanky cores, they just became even tankier. 37 armor on the Dragon Knight.
As we're seeing with that Maelstrom, he's doing damage in these fights, sorry, as you mentioned. That Elder Dragon form level 3, the Maelstrom, once he has the Mjolnir, this PL is going to have a very tough time in these fights. Miracle's illusions will get quickly farmed through. But as we can see, definitely still worth to know how well Miracle is farming. I mean, he's 3k behind an Alchemist. He's on 30k net worth for 45 minutes. Like, that is, again, some pretty insane farm on this PL. We'll see what he goes for next with his itemization. He does have 6k saved up at the moment, Miracle.
I'm wondering if we're going to see Nullifier play.
Now, Paparazzi, let's keep back up to the Aghanim's. See who gets a bit of the love next.
Roche is up very soon, 14 seconds.
this game. Certainly padding out to be the game 3 that we hope for. As at this stage still, 46 minutes in, very hard to call. But if anything, this sort of slow swing around back in favor of Vici Gaming has to be incredibly worrying for Liquid. We're into the pit, Liquid. Vici Gaming fully aware. Can they go in and try for the disrupt? Can they try for the steal play? Paparazzi TPing over. He's ready to join the gang. See, they've got the Fisher coming out. 11 just heading straight into the pit, and because of how big and tanky these heroes are, Liquid is sort of heading out to the side. The mana of 11 getting burnt down by these illusions.
He's down to only 140. He's got Soul Ring and Creeps.
He found much of mana on the side, but immediately the enrage there to remove the stun. Paparazzi coming in for the side, has the concoction. Second stun holds back this Ursa. They'll move forward, trying to focus Miracle. Miracle's trying to finish off Ori. The card bounce down. There's the death for Ferret, doing so much damage here onto Miracle, but the Echo Slam goes out for GH. They're trying for the turn. There'll be a buyback from Ori. Can they turn this one around? Liquid moving forward. Paparazzi being surrounded. Mind control, healing up Miracle there with the life drain. They've got the concoction. Paparazzi, can he find this setup? Miracle with the doppelganger up to the high ground, will get away. They'll turn for mind control. Mind control also buying back into this one. Paparazzi, he can still see Miracle moving off to the side. He'll turn for the easy kill. Look for Kuroki, but Matuma Man jumps in. Paparazzi posts the Manta style, trying to keep the distance. Kuroki being kept alive by the defensive death grapple fight, but the stun comes in. Unstable concoction from Paparazzi finishes off the job. Miracle falling very low. Mind control's got to be careful. He brought back for this fight. Tries for the Manta style dodge, but it's not there. Miracle gets stunned by the concoction. Liquid, they've lost 2. There'll be a buyback now coming through from Lanham. BG wanting to maintain control around this pit. As these fights getting thicker and faster, these buybacks coming through. Miracle as well knows that they have to make sure that they get this Roshan.
The ongoing fights, the Chemical Rage just comes back online, and there's just so much sustain coming out on the side of Vici. They're unable to actually bring these heroes down easily.
Absolutely.
They have to commit so much to just bring down a Dragon Knight.
We saw him hit that 25. He does indeed take that extra regeneration on the Chemical Rage. So he is a huge issue on the front lines of these fights, Paparazzi.
And he's got another Aghanims now.
Who's he going to?
This one, I'd imagine. Lord, the Underlord, though. So that Atrophy Aura bonus is going to come out here when they take the fights. So if he's able to survive throughout most of those engagements and they take out a few heroes, that bonus damage, quite nice.
Yeah, that's certainly going to solve any sort of damage issues that Vici Gaming once had. I mean, as we're seeing now, they don't have those problems.
I've never gotten to witness that Aghanims in a pro game.
No, never seen this Ag. So, of course, as you were saying, if anyone's unaware, to grants the bonus damage, half of the bonus damage, but to all your allies. And as we've seen here, it racks up pretty high. So it's sort of in the hundreds sometimes. 100 and such for 11. So having a plus 50 on every hero in the fight, it really is quite something. Mid lane, they get the instant stun. Miracle needs backup and he needs it straight away. Has the doppelganger down to the low ground. Meteor Hammer won't quite be able to catch him. There's still these fights where both teams a little too scared to enter into the pit. Roshan still stands there for the taking. GH goes for the jump in, Matuma Man there as well. They're focusing this Underlord. Can they kill him in time? He has the Crimson Guard. He has the backup. Fenrir there with the Death Fort as well. BKB's around for Liquid. Can they kill 11? He's falling solo. Miracle jumps forward with the doppelganger, but they've lost Matuma Man. 11 just walking it on. Echo Slam for GH, but it's not enough. The pipe's out. The damage resistance from Vici is too high. Nobody is dying on Vici Gaming. They're just too damn tanky. 2 buybacks coming out from Liquid. They're going to go for a second round in this one. On the backlines, Miracle bringing the mana at least very long. Vici Gaming started, but the stun comes through from Paparazzi. He's found the real one. Vici comes through, stopping the concoction coming out straight away. Paparazzi will still throw it, but the sandbag's there. Miracle's back to base. The creeps, they are doing it. Fortification has to come out from Vici Gaming, and they will start sending members back. Paparazzi's there with the D push.
They're just too damn tanky in these fights, and now with all this Atrophy Aura built up, they can go into the Roche. This Dragon Knight's hitting for 450 now.
Oh my goodness. The Ag certainly doing big things. Will wear off now though. So Vici Gaming still, despite taking these sort of fights where Liquid are having to spend multiple buybacks just to sort of, I mean, try and stay even, but I say that each fight absolutely going Vici Gaming's way. They're now at a 15k gold lead. It's getting bigger and bigger. GH has to be careful. Look at that fall off from Liquid.
The cores just feel far too tanky. The Atrophy Aura building it, they don't have that sheer right click. It's only the PL now. Matu just keeps getting controlled.
And another Aghanims. You get an Axe, you get an Axe, you get an Axe. Everybody getting an Aghanims. Right, actually, did he sell it? Because he was giving it to.
Did it die in the courier?
Oh,
I think
okay.
it died in the courier.
It died on the courier. All right, he'll get
Yep.
it soon. By then, in a couple of minutes. Vici Gaming now, they themselves go in towards the pit. But look at this actually towards mid. Liquid are seeing if they could try and find someone coming out. I don't think they're aware that Vici Gaming are fully committing for this Roche. And Vici Gaming, they're going to fully get away with it. Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shards into the hands of Vici Gaming.
It almost feels like Liquid has to kill the Underlord in these fights, but they just can't. He's far too tanky.
And it almost feels as well, we knew that Liquid, they wanted to end this game.
They did.
And to be fair, because we haven't seen an Alchemist in a while, I didn't really know quite what to expect once we got to this sort of 45-minute plus mark. But this, it's bringing back memories. It's bringing back memories to the point where it's sort of like you're playing against a hero that you just can't beat. It seems almost impossible for Liquid. Can they achieve the impossible in this game? It's going to be quite something. They can go for these huge outplays. They could try for this split push, as we've seen. They have been able to shove creep waves countless times up to the barracks of Vici Gaming. But these head-on fights are becoming nigh on impossible.
Yep. The Ursa is just getting kited way too hard in the fights, unable to actually focus fire anybody. And the long, drawn-out engagements for Vici, they've got an Alchemist with like 150 HP per second inside of the fights. And an Underlord who does not die. It's just getting tougher and tougher, it seems, for Liquid.
Nullifier nearly there for Matumba Man.
That could be the key for them to just isolate a target.
Absolutely. I think, you know, as we've seen, they've wanted to go on 11 each and every time. But these three sort of, all these active items that he has, causing so many issues. If they can take the Underlord out of the fight, they can have a chance. But they need that Nullifier on Matumba. And he's still, he's got the gold for it now. And he's picked it up. So there it is. But now they really do have to rely on perfect execution from Liquid. They have to get the right target to target. Otherwise, they won't stand much of a chance at all. Top lane keeps getting forced in. Paparazzi is there with the hold.
Illusion versus illusion battle.
These towers slowly taking harassment from these illusions. Mind Control actually terrified there, goes for the BKB TP out. Worried that the hunt could have been on. Any sort of stun from either Paparazzi or Ori could have put an end to that sort of push.
Seconds till the courier respawns, then that Aghanim is delivered.
And I like this as well. Look at 11.
He's ready for the fights.
He's bringing the mangoes out. Or did he just sell them? Oh, he sold them.
No, they're in stash.
Oh, no, they're in stash. Okay, he's stashing them up. Those sort of crucial mangoes, as we've seen. In these fights, the illusions from the PL certainly do cause issues. Those mangoes will be the cure for that.
Paparazzi can start even giving moonshots.
Oh, they know Mind Control's there. He's revealed his position there as he goes for the blast onto the wave. They've got vision on him. Paparazzi gets born in as well. Mind Control's surrounded. He does not have buyback. Down
seconds.
for 2 minutes.
Yeah, 50 seconds, no buyback. And instantly Miracle just starts pushing out the waves. See the lines even drawn by Mind Control. Push out the other two side waves.
One of those games. It's going to be one of those 60-minute games.
I mean, it still just feels harder and harder for Liquid to take the fights. They just feel like they have no damage now versus this Underlord. And now the DK is starting to actually become that heavy right click. We're about to hit level 25. Pretty much got Mjolnir finished up. We can assume a Moonshard's going to be given at any moment as well. All coming out.
Certainly are. All the cores are going to be hitting that for sure this game. And Vici moving down the middle lane. How can Liquid put a hold to this? Ori on the front lines. The buyback will now come out as it does come back off cooldown, as you say, for Mind Control. Will force Vici to hesitate for at least a moment.
They've got their lanes being taken care of though from Paparazzi. What's he going to spend on? One Moonshard, he takes it himself. All right, he's satisfied.
Oh, they try for the stun. It's going to be the illusion, so Miracle fine for now. Back up to the high ground. Vici ready to push. Paparazzi hasn't got to the chance actually to give out that Aghanims he has. We'll now swap it forward, and as you say, we will imagine that does go the way of Lanham, and you can see Lanham there says, give me that Ags. There we have it. So you got the Ags on Naga as well now. Mid lane push comes in. Matuma tries to jump onto Ori, but the Fish are keeping them the wrong side of one another. They find the concoction onto Matuma in rage. Backs off. Will be able to save himself from most of the damage. Death Wall gets laid down, but they're keeping the distance. Ori just man fighting at the front, trying to finish off these racks. The fortification comes through, the nullifier out on Ori, but there's the song with the Agnim's heal. Look at this health on this DK. Ori just straight back up to 2/3. Now they're jumping again. Miracle trying to commit, but the rift comes through. 11 is ready to take the land. He says we can stick around, but that might have cost them. They've lost the wisdom to NGH. Comes in with the Echo Slam. The Dragon Knight getting so low. Can they kill Ori off? Ori's still alive. They will fight it with a blast. They've taken down the Dragon Knight. Can they get more? Paparazzi looking towards Miracle. Miracle does get stunned up. They're chasing, but the Decrep, the life drain from Mind Control gets cancelled immediately by the Concoction. Buyback coming through from Ori. Ori wants to get himself back into this engagement. Concoction being charged up once again by Paparazzi. Turns towards Mind Control, holds him down. Mind Control falling low. They've lost the Ursa for 2 minutes. Buyback from Naga Siren. Miracle will buy back. The creeps down bottom are knocking onto the tier 4 towers with the Naga Siren. Lanham's there with the defense. The rest of Vici Gaming can look to go in and finish off these objectives. They'll get the melee racks mid. No Ursa for 100, no GH Shaker for 50 seconds.
The Aegis timed out mid-fight there on Ori. Otherwise, he could have actually survived a bit longer, but it doesn't matter. They know that the Earthshaker's dead. They know that the Ursa's down for 90 as well. They can go for the second set.
They absolutely can. Look at the damage coming out from these 3 beefy boys. Look at the stun out. They're trying, but Miracle is caught in the center of it all. The BKB's out from Ori. There's the buyback. Matuma has the buyback now available. The sendback's there from Kuro, but it will cost him his life. Kuro has been self-degrade by no Mind Control. Buys time for the save. Matuma jumps in the midst of it all, gets the nullifier out to 11, but Ori's back from the Shadow Blade. Turns towards this Matuma Ursa has the stun, gets the kill. Kuro will buy back, but then now lost. Matuma off the back of a dieback. Miracle goes on to this Alchemist. The life drain's enough. They'll get the Alchemist, but buyback immediately from Paparazzi. The song from Lanham, holding them in place. Mind Control gets the BKB off. Miracle trying to get himself back to base, but the stuns holding down this BL, the 4-star. Kuro gets him back into safety. The Fisher out onto 2. Kuro dying in the fountain here from Paparazzi. He dives in. They've lost 3, but Miracle is going for the base race. He's onto the tier 4. Surely he can't do it in time though. The speed, the Vici Gaming is taking this base is surely too much for Liquid. Miracle will find the tier 4s, but the base of Liquid's falling. GH is going in for the plays, but the quick, that smooth Dragon Tail has already stepped up against the game. Vici Gaming will be your first grand finalist here at ESL 1 Katowice.
At the end of the fight there, they're hitting the throne and everybody has plus 200 damage because that Aghanim's Underlord.